You are an oatmeal coconut cookie, and today we have crypto's juiciest news, friends. Have a look at this. Just have a look at this. This is the Bitcoin chart. It is pumping and it is dumping. The pumping and the dumping. If we go down, by the way, just to a 1 hour time frame, you get to see the Bitcoin ETF has been officially approved now. The Bitcoin ETF, yes, it's now actually trading. It's live. They said it was all record volume, but yeah, I don't really know about that. And you'll come to learn, friends, there's always record volume. Yes, there always is. But you know, at the end of the day, we have done the Bitcoin spot ETF. It is a Trojan horse. Many people are still learning about it. I'm actually surprised. People, I know, friends, I make a lot of content. That's okay. It's okay. Don't feel stressed about it. Just here, enjoy the ride. But still, people aren't waking up to it. The Bitcoin spot ETF is not the black hole dream that we thought. I know you like black holes, friends. It's a family-friendly show. But yes, the black hole dream was whenever retailers come in and they buy spot Bitcoin, it buys it off the market and then it goes into a black hole and nothing ever gets touched. Some big deflationary bust. No. Okay. If you want that, you got to make a smart contract. I'll tell you right now, because the government ain't going to do that for you. It's not going to go embarrass its own country, own currency and their own countries. Okay. So that's unfortunately the reality we're going to deal with, and you're going to just learn the hard way. But that's what happens. There is, as Max Kaiser showed, there's a fund out there. It's got 70,000 floating Bitcoin. He's already seen the filings for it. Now, they haven't released any of these, friends. You think because everybody's like, oh, complacency. Here's the thing, man. I've just realized, what if they only reveal this in the news in the next crash? They'll probably do that, right? I'm probably going to be making videos. I'll be making green thumbnails saying, don't believe the FUD. We're still long. We're still strong. We still have straight postures. We still got pointy elbows. And don't believe the FUD. Yes, it's a 70,000 Bitcoin floating fund. For example, it's not adding to it consistently. And trust me, they're going to throw this out. We already know this information. Okay, that's going to be you and me. That's our competitive edge. Right, we're going to know, okay, yep, there's FUD going around. We already knew this information. It is floating, and we're going to go up without the Bitcoin spot ETF. Okay, so that's how we're just going to navigate these. But really, at the end of the day, if we just go back to that weekly chart, always keep bringing out the weekly chart. We're right here. Look at this. Look what happened, man. Overnight, friends, this is what, as soon as the Bitcoin spot ETF officially announced, look what happened. It popped 48K, touched 49, straight back down. Just look at this, by the way. Look at all this. What's going on here? What's going on? Well, you can see visually on the big macro chart for Bitcoin. This is the Fibonacci, $48,000, which is the 61.8% retrace. Super important. You don't have to believe in fibs. I don't use them to short-term trade and scalp. I'm more of like a trend guy, but you know, trend is your friend. But when it comes to these, you can't deny it. This is like super big macro ones. Yeah, man. I mean, look, there's insiders dumping here, friends. I'm sorry. Now, of course, like my friend Jose, who is now named Jose Soy until he apologizes to everyone for not understanding properly when I said, just because I'm saying Bitcoin ETF is buy the rumor, sell the news, does not mean under any circumstances you can go get a short and make a lot of money in 24 hours. It does not satisfy your impulsive demands and needs. There are bigger macro forces at play. There are a large amount of big whales who are dumping in the background and they keep the news propped up. Okay, and everybody's complacent. So that's how it works. So at least we can now celebrate, right? The Bitcoin ETF approved. We popped to 49K, goes back down, 47, now 46K, etc. Also, ETH BTC found the big floor. This is beautiful to see. Isn't this exactly what we've been talking about? You've been watching the channel, friends. I know. Love and appreciate every single one of you. This is the fourth quarter. Look what happens. Literally, we enter a new year. Look at ETH BTC, man. And just zoom right in. We enter a new year. Okay, we fake down. This is obviously a scammer. And then we just pop them back up. Look at this huge engulfing candle. You can actually see it as it happened live. Look at it. Just literally, it broke down the low and then just starts going up. So just to remind you, ETH BTC, Ethereum's ratio against Bitcoin is the true heartbeat of altcoins. Ethereum is decentralized block space for smart contracts. We demand the Ponzi's. We demand the JPEGs. We want to buy dogs with and without a hat. Okay, we want to buy Richard Hart coins, PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex. We want to participate in them. There's a big demand out there. Okay, and Ethereum going up against Bitcoin is a nice representation of that. Now, it doesn't go up the most, but it's just the direction is very important. So if we reach 0.16, that'll be a flippening. That is probably when Vitalik's basically going to retire. And basically, Vitalik came out of retirement to try to rescue this from crumbling down to zero. Now, it's beautiful to see the whole game play out, right? I'm going to make another video on this, friends. Also, big news, paid Launchpad No more KYC. So I'm going to make a full episode on this. I don't get paid by paid. Okay, no pun intended. I don't get paid. I don't get any compensation. I'm probably going to message Kyle and tell him, like, hey, man, I'm doing these free updates and stuff for you, right? So they don't hand out any extra deals, okay? It's just friends, just trying to make connections, friends. You never know. You might end up hearing something here and there that gives us a competitive advantage, right? So when it comes to this, I mean, the no KYC thing is huge because you've been watching my channel, what I've been saying. Okay, well, paid, you need KYC and it's non-US. Well, they've now done a new system where then they haven't started the projects yet. So this is for the new regime. Okay, so now it's going to be there's still a early pool and an open pool. And the beautiful part is the open pool, anybody can participate, even you, and you don't own any paid. You don't need any paid at all. You can access the lottery. It's beautiful, right? So if you have an early pool, you get access to the IDOs 24 hours before everyone else. So basically, if you have 75,000 paid or more, you'll be able to buy like 24 hours before, you'll be able to get your allocation. Now, if you don't do KYC, your maximum to the ticket is only $1,000. But only, I mean, that's still quite a lot. If you win an allocation, that's big, friends. Ticket sizes were $50 to $100 back in the previous season. So now they've changed it. But I don't know exactly how they're going to allocate the weights, but you can see the raises and everything are getting big for the industry. They're getting much bigger, right? It's beautiful they could hand these out, okay? So it's $1,000. So if you want to do more than $1,000, you need KYC. Now, I don't know how everything's going to go out. Look, and by the way, please don't think you do a lottery ticket and then it launches in 30 days, the token generation event, and then you don't get all your tokens on day one and it's opened up like 18x on site. It doesn't work like that, okay? Usually what happens is it launches 2x to break even and you've got 1/3 of your coins ish. Maybe it pops up after that, right? It depends on the market conditions, but it's not like an absolute free money all the time. Yeah, there were some ones that won the lottery. ShopX did 100x. Sidus, I think, did like 30 or 50x or something, and everyone got big allocation. So yeah, there are winners along the time. It's just that not everything is going to be a guaranteed winner. So this is beautiful, right? But also, so when you see this, you go, wait a minute. If you don't need paid to participate in the open pool, how does the coin go up? Well, they've copied the meme coin as friends. Remember I told you about the meme coin meta? They've done it. Okay, so basically there's a participation fee of 10%, and then that'll go and buy paid off the market. And I'm going to make a whole dedicated video just to explain to you. So if you're out there, remember I told you 90% call, 10% lottery. It's beautiful, right? Now you can actually participate in paid with everyone else and participate in just Launchpad projects. Like I've recently did Grift. That's a play on the words, friends. So payout pursuit. So the token is Drift. We've done like round 1 of that. And now they're going to go into round 2, I think, in a few weeks. It is what it is, man. Just don't have high hopes for anything, friends. Just it's a bull market. Hope the bull market takes you, okay? They bought dog with a hat 10,000x, okay? What are we meant to say to that? Also, right, Gary Gensler. So Gary Gensler, the semen demon himself, after approving of the Bitcoin ETF, he says, we do not endorse or approve of Bitcoin itself. So they play this political BS. There were 2 people who were for it. There were 2 people who were against it. And then Gary had to be the person who decided whether it got through or not. So what he did was, this is so scum. So he approved it, but then he came out publicly and says it's not an endorsement of Bitcoin itself. It's to cover their ass later on when they do the scamming. Trust me, okay? So that's just funny to see. Also, Cripple are going to buy back their own Ripple shares. Now, friendly reminder, not XRP. Not XRP. Cripple, how scummy are they, by the way? It's like, XRP army, bro, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Please, I'm trying to help you. By the way, I hope it pumps 20x in a day, but yeah, you've been hoping that for 6 years. Look, Cripple used the XRP army. They've been dumping on the army, okay, with like filings and evidence, man. They've told you, hey, we're dumping on you. And now they're buying back their own shares. So effectively, early Ripple investors, we call them Cripple, right? Early Cripple investors are now just receiving money from what the XRP army was putting in to buy the token. Isn't that sad? So the founders of Cripple and all the executives, they get more share of the company, more power after dumping. It's such a, I can't believe I'm even saying these words. Like, so they mint a token out of nowhere. They dump on the XRP army and then they receive cash. They have $1 billion of cash, by the way, $1 billion of cash. And then they use that cash not to go buy back the token now. They use that cash to buy back their own shares in the company off people who want to exit, early investors who've been in for a long game. I can't believe that happens, man. That hurts me to hear. Also, Vitalik, I reported on this yesterday. Vitalik has gone to Reddit, which is like, that's how he speaks to the public, you know, Reddit and Twitter. Maybe not even Twitter. He goes to Reddit and he says he's proposing, right? This is like, he doesn't say it like this, like he's an arbiter of the truth, okay? But he's a dictator. He doesn't say it like that. He just like suggests, and then everyone runs with it. He suggested to raise the gas limit by like 33%. So I forgot exactly how it works. It's basically just like, can you just like send more information in the blockchain and just help it a bit? Now, it doesn't fix all the solutions, but it's just trying to bring up the floor of it over time just to make it faster. But it's not going to do much, okay? Because as soon as he increases the gas limit, people are just going to spam the blockchain more again, which they do immediately, and then it just goes back to the normal price. Because Ethereum's in demand. That's the truth about it. But that's one way to look at it. The other way to look at it is your friend Swami here telling you, ETH BTC, that chart I just showed you, has been going down for literally 492 days. 492 days. Look, friends, do you think it's honestly a coincidence? If I put this on a daily chart, okay, look at this. So you're telling me you go down for 492 days, okay? And then as you're down here, you can't rally at all. Vitalik comes out down here and he makes a roadmap, a new roadmap for Ethereum. And he says, you know what? We should increase the gas limit, make it a bit more like less pricey for everyone to participate and shut them up, okay? Telling you, man, it's all a game. It's all a game. Number go up is the game. Also, break-even Soyboys, friends, have sold their PulseChain at day one sacrifice. And before I continue, Mr. Just Some Chick, so who's a friend of the channel, Just Some Chick has said, Somi, we need a new all-time high estimate video. Things have changed. No, they haven't. Nothing's changed. Just telling you right now, I know you're not going to like it. Okay, of course, friends, when we go down, yes, I am the bullish copium. Because I'm like, yeah, the targets are the targets. But now that we go up, I know everyone wants to change the targets. I priced all of that in. I literally priced all of it in. But I don't know the answer. I've already told you. I've literally made a video for you, friends, telling you if Richard Hart owns 66% of the coins, maybe we can do a 200x. If Richard Hart, in the best case, right, that means the tokens don't get split. If Richard Hart only owns 10% of the coins, maybe only do a 50x from here. And then if you split the coins, you divide them all by 3. So best case, if you dilute the coins, you have to add them up all as one coin. Best case, maybe 60x from here. Okay, for the whole ecosystem. It's still enormous, by the way. That's above Cardano, BNB, XRP, what they peaked in the last cycle. But, they're all just numbers, man. Who cares? Honestly, I'm just throwing numbers out. Blah, 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 blah. It doesn't really matter, man. All that matters is when Jim Cramer calls that we're going to take over the world in crypto. That's what matters. So now I'm going to show you the break-even Soyboys. You see this? I mean, isn't it just have an appreciation, friends? And I'm just going to... Let's just appreciate this. Your friend Somi here, I created a meme into the ether space, okay? No pun intended. Of the break-even Soyboys. We needed a name. We're like, hey, these are the people that have been waiting a long time. Now, good on them. They didn't paper hand the low. They diamond-handed. But now, they're break-even Soyboys. They're like, I'm not up for the challenge. Okay, so we're now here. I make this meme, and we run with it. And now, as soon as... I'm not even going to, like, tell you. I'm just going to show you. Look at this. We go up. I'm going to put this down on, like, a 1-hour chart. Look at this. Can you even make this up, friends? You can't make this up. Look. We go straight up, touch the break-even Soyboy price, and everyone's like, get me out, I'm a soy boy. You can't make this up, man. Literally, to the tick. Day one sacrifice, we're done. Isn't it cool though, right? This is how market participants actually act. And I know this from trading spreads and day trading and doing all these things. So they don't sit there preempting the move up. They just look away. They go do and go about their lives. And what they do is, once it finally hits up, so look at this, friends. So basically, see this? This is day one sacrifice, the yellow line. We finally got the green candle. This is what a chart looked like. We finally got the green candle to hit day one sacrifice. Now that he's hit it, people alert themselves, oh wow, it's back to day one sacrifice. Let me spin my head around. Wow, golly gee, I'm a break-even soy boy. My wife's boyfriend is not going to drop her off this weekend and I don't care. So those types of people, the next thing that happens is bang. They just want to get out. Everyone just wants to get out. And what's interesting is the first guy hits it big and then everyone's like, oh, it really is a level. And they get out. Fascinating, right? Because you would think, right, if it's like, if markets are super efficient, people just sit there on the offer. Or they'll be like, hey, let's just like use a limit order or whatever it is. Or they'd wait more closer. It's not. It's just it goes up and everything just goes and smacks down. It kind of shows you crypto's so thin, we move so fast. So it might be, for example, like, you know, Bitcoin, for example, friends, you might find out, I know it's hard to even imagine, but maybe Bitcoin, when it hits its top, right, it goes there and it flashes and you're just watching it and it might feel like a long time, but actually it's not. It's not a long time. You're just waiting for these institutions. They have their meeting. They're like, okay, Bitcoin has hit $80,000 here. The stock market's low. What should we do, right? These types of decisions, they get made in like a monthly process, but you get to see this on like hourly chart. That's beautiful. We get to see like, oh, it goes up and it just ticks off straight here, okay? So you know people are watching. You know this thing is, it's a real concept. There are break-even soy boys. And this is the weekly chart, okay? In the weekly chart, we have to close a week above this day one sack, right at this price, okay? So it's not enough just to touch it. We've got to like finish the whole week above. That would be like Chainlink doing that. And then when we get there, yes, there's going to be a bit of a launch pad. There's like another few weeks to rinse them out at least. Yeah, it is what it is, man. I don't make the rules, friends. It's just, that's the game. That's the game. And look, take advantage of it while you can. Like, yes, we might feel like, all right, we wanted to go up straight away, but it's opportunity, man. It is opportunity because here's the thing. Let's say Pulse goes up above day one sacrifice here. Let's say it actually closes here. And now this thing is now actually here. This is now a green bar. You see that? Now it will look like that. And now this thing trades here for just like a few weeks. You see this zone here, friends? You see this zone here that we're drawing? That zone there? Well, you would have normally PTSD from the past 2 years of bear market. Because you think, oh my gosh, we've stopped. This is going to feel like torture. But from the indicator, that is very hard to flip and fake out. Once it does flip, you get to see, oh my gosh, this means, now not financial advice, when we flip there, I have a very high probability that any money I allocate here is going to be net positive in the next 12 months and do very well. So you don't have to sit through the torture. You don't, okay? Now, here's the thing. You might say, well, why don't we always do this in markets? Now, the problem is you don't know when it's going to flip. You don't know how it's going to flip. And if you look at this, look, yeah, you have to buy 3x from the low. See here, this was 3 6s from the corrupt SEC attack, and then this goes up to like 1 1s basically. So it's like literally a 3x from low. But yeah, this is the truth. Even though it feels like a long while, it's not. It feels long to you and me. It's just that over a whole year, these are like 4 weeks. This window of time is, and think about it, friend. Think about it of like a 3.5 year crypto cycle. 3.5 years, right? 4 years, you round it up. This ain't much at all. This is literally the bear market goes for like 2 years and then you finally start to turn up. You see that small window? Now, you know, out of 48 months, that's nothing. Okay, you're just looking at like 1 or 2 months. But we really do enter that time. Once again, not financial advice. If I was sidelined, all right, I'm talking to you, Eric Wall, I'm talking to you, or any other soy boy cuck, pencil necks with rounded elbows. If you sit on a chair that's not squeaky, you're all included. Okay, I'm throwing you a bone here. Okay, yes, I'm throwing you a boner as well. If we cross up here, and let's say you're not a diamond hand type of dude. That's okay. That's okay, friends. Markets are hard. But if you're there and you have money on the sidelines and you're like, man, I want to participate in crypto. I don't know what to do. You wait for that and then you enter. Not financial advice. Just because your odds of success running forward in the next 6 months are much, much, much higher than sitting through this disaster zone that we have when the super trend is red on average. You could also take it a step further. Don't do this. This is normally where macro swing traders will put on leverage positions. However, please, for the love of God, don't do that. Like, what an embarrassment it would be if we flip green super trend, okay? And then say stock market crashes and then we just have like this wick down and we just get everybody out and then we just go back up, okay? If this happens, you'll never forgive yourself. I promise you. The chance of that happening, yes, it's not 100%. Maybe it's like 5 or 10%, right? But the damage, you'll be out of the game forever. It's not worth it. You're literally finished forever. If you do leverage and this wipes you out and then we're off to the races, you've missed out literally the life of opportunity. So this is how you got to think about it, friends. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, all. Don't forget he loves you. Catch you soon.